Minnesota Trivia Quiz. Why do people from neighboring states buy clothing in Minnesota? Target, colder climate, no sales tax on clothes, or more fashionable? No sales tax on clothes. Which airline was the largest in Minnesota before being acquired by Delta? Northern, Northwest, Loon Airlines, or Western? Northwest. Hibbing was where this national bus service was founded. Greyhound, Monarch, Megabus, or First Student? Greyhound. The reservations for this band of Chippewa Indians is largely west and south of a large central Minnesota lake. Mille Lacs Band of Ojibwe, Ute, Apache, or Iroquois? Mille Lacs Band of Ojibwe. The largest nationality of Minnesotans today are people from this country in Europe: Germany, Spain, France, or Italy? Germany. This reservation was one of the first formed, 1851, in Minnesota near Morton. Lower Sioux, White Earth, Mille Lacs, or Red Lake? Lower Sioux. This woman is the first Somali American elected to Congress, representing Minnesota's 5th Congressional District. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, or Cori Bush? Ilhan Omar. Which famous mythical lumberjack hangs out with Babe the Blue Ox? John Henry, Paul Bunyan, Paul Revere, or Pecos Bill? Paul Bunyan. This Marshall-based frozen food company started home delivery of frozen ice cream in 1952. Pillsbury, Schwan's, General Mills, or Talenti? Schwan's. This indigenous food is harvested in shallow waters using canoes. Wild rice, beans, rice pilaf, or Mexican rice? Wild rice. Which Minnesota company invented Post-it notes? 3M, Thrivent, Medtronic, or IBM? 3M. On May 21, 1927, this Minnesotan was the first person to fly solo across the Atlantic. Howard Hughes, Charles Lindbergh, Wiley Post, or Amelia Earhart? Charles Lindbergh. The reservation for this tribe is in Pejutasi-Kapi, the place where they dig for yellow medicine County, Arapaho, Upper Sioux Community, Cheyenne, or Ute? Upper Sioux Community. General Mills has a famous fictional baker. Who is she? Sarah Lee, Aunt Jemima, Betty Crocker, or Jordan Stallion? Betty Crocker. This reservation along the Mississippi River is in or near Red Wing, Standing Rock, Pine Ridge, Rosebud, or Prairie Island Indian Community? Prairie Island Indian Community. This fictional hockey player starred in the movie Inside Out. Riley Anderson, Woody, Mike Wazowski, or Dory? Riley Anderson. Which Minnesota actress wore ruby slippers in a 1939 film? Audrey Hepburn, Jessica Biel, Grace Kelly, or Judy Garland? Judy Garland. This type of cake is made using pans from a St. Louis Parks Nordic ware: German chocolate, angel food cake, cheesecake, or bundt cake? Bundt cake. The largest privately held company in the United States makes ingredients for foods you eat: ADM, Nestle, Tyson Foods, or Cargill? Cargill. In 1863, the 1st Minnesota Volunteer Infantry captured a battle flag from which Confederate state? Georgia, Virginia, Texas, or Alabama? Virginia. Chief Little Six was a member of this tribe and fought in the Dakota War. Cherokee, Shakopee Mdewakanton Sioux, Ute, or Navajo? Shakopee Mdewakanton Sioux. What is Minnesota's first bar that shows only women's sports called? The Locker Room, the End Zone, the Sports Page, or a bar of their own? A bar of their own. This soft-serve ice cream empire started in Minnesota. Dairy Queen, Baskin-Robbins, Molly Moon's, or Cold Stone Creamery. Dairy Queen. Wayekwa Gishigamiing, Gishigami Wininiwag, is the Ojibwe name for this Anishinaabe band near Carlton. Red Lake Band, Fond du Lac Band of Lake Superior Chippewa, Leech Lake Band, or Mille Lacs Band. Fond du Lac Band of Lake Superior Chippewa. What is Minnesota's state tree? Sugar maple, oak, red oak, or Norway pine? Norway pine. This consumer electronics retailer is based in Richfield. Best Buy, Circuit City, Radio Shack, or Fry's? Best Buy. What is Minnesota's state bird? Common loon, bluebird, eagle, or robin? Common loon. This Ojibwe band's reservation is located near International Falls. Bois Fort Band of Chippewa, Fond du Lac, Grand Portage, or Shakopee Mdewakanton Sioux, Dakota, community. Bois Fort Band of Chippewa. This railroad tycoon built the Great Northern Railway and the largest home on Summit Avenue in St. Paul. Andrew Carnegie, Alexander Ramsey, Cornelius Vanderbilt, or James J. Hill? James J. Hill. Davalith is home to which sports hall of fame? Basketball, football, U.S. hockey, or curling? U.S. hockey. Which town is the seed corn capital of the world and has a giant corn gazebo? Henderson, Olivia, Wilmer, or Redwood Falls? Olivia. This Center City Addiction Recovery Center has brought many celebrities to this small town northeast of the Twin Cities. Hazelden, AA, 12 Steps, Minnesota, or Passages? Hazelden. This Minnesota-based discount retailer prides itself on being fashionable. Kmart, Target, Walmart, or Shopko? Target. This is the most visited waterfall in Minnesota. What's it called? Pigeon Falls, Shoshone Falls, Minnehaha Falls, or Niagara Falls? Minnehaha Falls. The world's largest stucco snowman is found in which city? Roseville, North St. Paul, Rochester, or Duluth? North St. Paul. The defensive line of this NFL team was known as the Purple People Eaters. From 1967-77 Vikings, Chicago Bears, Green Bay Packers, or Baltimore Ravens? Vikings. What is the name of the world-class medical facility in Rochester? Johns Hopkins, Mayo Clinic, Cleveland Clinic, or Gillette Children's Hospital? Mayo Clinic. If you're at a holiday dinner with friends from the Iron Range, you may dine on this fennel, garlic, and parsley seasoned meat, kielbasa, porchetta, bratwurst, or Italian sausage? Porchetta. This Arden Hills-based cooperative processes 12 billion pounds of milk a year. Dean Foods, Land O'Lakes, Prairie Farms, or Dairy Queen? Land O'Lakes. This Macalester College graduate became the Secretary General of the United Nations. Ban Ki-moon, Boutros Boutros-Ghali, Shilad Sen, or Kofi Annan? Kofi Annan. This Minnesota was the first Muslim elected to Congress. Keith Ellison, Jonathan X, Rashida Tlaib, or Andre Carson? Keith Ellison. This Bloomington company specializes in refrigerated trucking technology. Arctic Cat, Thermo King, Carrier, or Polaris? Thermo King. This state champion high school football player was murdered by a Minneapolis police officer. George Floyd, Eric Garner, Philando Castile, or Michael Brown? George Floyd. Which country are Minnesota's Hmong refugees largely from? Thailand, Vietnam, Laos, or Cambodia? Laos. This river forms the border between Minnesota and North Dakota. Platte River, Missouri River, Red River, or Minnesota River? Red River. This company's Doughboy has starred in baked food commercials since 1965. Nabisco, Cargill, Pepperidge Farm, or Pillsbury. Pillsbury. This southwest Minnesota city has a monument honoring Herman the German, Marshall, Morton, New Ulm, or Worthington. New Ulm. A cheeseburger with cheese inside the burger is called Juicy Lucy, Big Mac, Paris Stilton, or Double Whopper. Juicy Lucy. The Grand Portage Reservation in the northeast corner of Minnesota is home to which band's reservation? White Earth Band, Red Lake, Leech Lake Band, or Geechee-Onagaming Grand Portage Band? Geechee-Onagaming Grand Portage Band. Minnesota's state gem? Taconite, amethyst, Lake Superior agate, or jasper? Lake Superior agate. This town in the chimney of Minnesota is the northernmost point in the contiguous 48 United States. Warroad, Chisholm, Angle Inlet, or Baudette? Angle Inlet. This medical device company in Fridley is most famous for making pacemakers. First Alert, Medtronic, Johnson & Johnson, or Boston Scientific? Medtronic. This reservation is the only closed reservation in Minnesota where all land is owned collectively by the tribe. Pine Ridge, Cheyenne, Rosebud, or Red Lake? Red Lake. Iron mined in Minnesota is transformed into this type of iron pellets before shipping to steel-making facilities. Magnetite, steel, taconite, or hematite? Taconite. What is Minnesota's state flower? Sunflower, tulip, pink and white lady slipper, or clover? Pink and white lady slipper. This congressman that represented Minnesota's 7th district is most famous for pushing for the prohibition of alcohol. Charles Fischbach, Andrew Volstead, Hubert Humphrey, or Eugene McCarthy? Andrew Volstead. Minnesota's second largest river run through western farmland before joining the Mississippi in St. Paul. It's named the underscore. St. Croix River, Red River, Crow River, or Minnesota River? Minnesota River. This Newbery Medal-winning children's book author, the tale of Despero and Flora and Ulysses, lives in Minneapolis. Lois Lowry, R.T. Ryback, Kate DiCamillo, or Catherine Patterson? Kate DiCamillo. The city of Ely has many outfitter stores for people exploring what area? Adirondacks, Boundary Waters, Mille Lacs, or Black Hills? Boundary Waters. This was Prince's home and recording studio in Chanhassen, and is now a museum. What's it called? Revolution Studios, Motown Museum, Paisley Park, or Graceland? Paisley Park. Former U.S. Congressman Martin Sabo attended this private Lutheran university along I-94 in Minneapolis. Augsburg University, Hamline University, Concordia College, or St. Olaf College? Augsburg University. This creek runs from Lake Minnetonka to the Mississippi River and has a waterfall at a popular park in Minneapolis. Minnehaha Falls, Minnehaha Creek, Bassett Creek, or Mississippi River? Minnehaha Creek. This private Christian university in downtown Minneapolis counts TV evangelists Jim and Tammy Faye Backer among its alumni. North Central University, Capella University, St. Thomas University, or Bethel University? North Central University. This stand-up comedian was also a TV show host and host of The Family Feud. Louis Anderson, Richard Dawson, Mitch Hedberg, or Steve Harvey? Louis Anderson. This University of Minnesota graduate, BS, MS, PhD, won a Nobel Prize for his agricultural innovations. Norman Borlaug, Charles Merck, Robert A. Mundell, or Paul Samuelson? Norman Borlaug. Darwin's roadside attraction is the world's largest underscore. Rocking chair, ball of twine, beagle, or thermometer. Ball of twine. From the land of sky blue waters, was a TV jingle for which beer? Schmitz, Miller, Budweiser, or Hams? Hams. This tribe has notable members, including environmentalist Winona LaDuke and Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan. Red Lake, White Earth Nation, Pine Ridge, or Prairie Island? White Earth Nation. The largest mass execution in American history took place in Mankato on December 26, 1862. Who was killed? Dakota men, Apache men, Cheyenne men, or Ute men? Dakota men. This river makes up a portion of the border between Minnesota and Wisconsin before joining the Mississippi in Prescott, Wisconsin. Missouri River, Wisconsin River, St. Croix River, or LeBar River? St. Croix River. These Academy Award-winning directors filmed Fargo in Minnesota. Wachowski siblings, Russo brothers, Okie Dokie brothers, or Joel and Ethan Coen? Joel and Ethan Coen. Singer Robert Zimmerman is more popularly known as Bob Dylan, Neil Young, Leonard Cohen, or Taylor Carrick? Bob Dylan. This wrestler shocked the world when he became Minnesota's governor. Randy Savage, Hulk Hogan, Jesse Ventura, or Mean Gene Okerlund? Jesse Ventura. This Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist and columnist has worked for the New York Times since 1981. Thomas Friedman, Maureen Dowd, David Brooks, or Frank Bruni? Thomas Friedman. This Minnesota singer, rapper, and flautist is good as hell. Parishes, Cardi B, Lizzo, or Missy Elliott? Lizzo. Monaga is home to a statue of the patron saint of Finland. His name? St. George, St. Nicholas, St. Urho, or St. Patrick? St. Urho. There would be no Snoopy without this Minnesotan. Bill Watterson, Lucy Garfield, Charles Schultz, or Jim Davis? Charles Schultz. Hormel Foods in Austin is famous for which canned meat? Corned beef, canned turkey, Vienna sausages, or Spam? Spam. This central Minnesota town is named after the hometown of an early resident's hometown in Sweden. Mora, St. Peter, Duluth, or Lindstrom? Mora. This Minnesotan funny for a U.S. senator and serious for a comedian and Saturday Night Live actor/writer. Betsy Hodges, Al Franken, Jesse Ventura, or Amy Klobuchar? Al Franken. 418 people died in a fire in this town between the Twin Cities and Duluth in 1894. Mora, Sandstone, Pine City, or Hinckley? Hinckley. This Brooklyn center-based coffee shop chain is known for its northern charm. Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, Dunn Brothers, or Caribou Coffee? Caribou Coffee. What is Minnesota's state fish? Gar, trout, bass, or walleye? Walleye. This cross-country skier from Afton is an Olympic gold medalist and World Cup champion. Kristen Poppleton, Lindsey Vonn, Bonnie Blair, or Jessie Diggins? Jessie Diggins. He was vice president under Jimmy Carter, then ran for president against Ronald Reagan. Walter Mondale, George McGovern, Hubert Humphrey, or Martin Sabo? Walter Mondale. In Minnesota, don't you call this casserole? It's obviously underscore. Schwann's dinner, bake, stew, or hot dish? Hot dish. Where in Minnesota did Laura Ingalls live in the 1880s? Camacho Falls, Sleepy Eye, Walnut Grove, or Little Falls? Walnut Grove. What is the name of the lake that's the headwaters of the Mississippi River? Lake Alexandria, Mille Lacs Lake, Lake Superior, or Lake Itasca? Lake Itasca. This NFL MVP was the first African American to serve on the Minnesota Supreme Court. Fran Tarkenton, Jimmy Foreman, Jim Marshall, or Alan Page? Alan Page. Minnesota's Norwegians continue to make these potato pancakes: krepes, pitas, latkes, or lefse. Lefse. This iconic North Shore landmark was built in 1906 to protect ships on Lake Superior. Split Rock Lighthouse, Two Harbors Lighthouse, Gooseberry Lighthouse, or Grand Marais Lighthouse. Split Rock Lighthouse. This chef and James Beard award-winning food personality gained fame through eating bizarre foods. Doug Pickering, Andrew Zimmern, Gordon Ramsay, or Anthony Bourdain? Andrew Zimmern. This Winona-based company started with fastener vending machines in 1967. Clip Tight, General Mills, Fastenal, or 3M? Fastenal. This Minneapolis singer changed his name to an unpronounceable symbol. Stevie Wonder, Prince, Michael Jackson, or Taylor Carrick? Prince. This University of Minnesota hockey coach coached the Miracle on Ice 1980 Olympic gold medalist team. Herb Brooks, Lou Nana, Peter Musty, or Doug Woog? Herb Brooks. What's the name of this canned and frozen vegetable company mascot in Blue Earth? Mr. Peanut, Jolly Green Giant, Tony the Tiger, or Mean Joe Green? Jolly Green Giant. American Indian Movement co-founder Dennis Banks was among the members of this band of Ojibwe. Minnetonka, Leech Lake Band of Ojibwe, Red Lake, or Mille Lacs? Leech Lake Band of Ojibwe. What does this room in Minneapolis hold the record for? The quietest place on earth, largest room, coldest room, or darkest room? The quietest place on earth. This Minneapolis singing duo entertains kids with albums including Can You Canoe? They Might Be Giants, The Okie Dokie Brothers, The Wiggles, or Whiskey Rock and Roll Club? The Okie Dokie Brothers. This St. Paul candy company makes the salted nut roll. Pig's Eye, Pearson's, Highlands, or Mars? Pearson's. Thanks for playing. Don't forget to like and subscribe.